cocaine, celebrities, earth humming, smoking, Star Wars, and psychiatrists, all coming up.
A recently aired episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, titled Jedi Crash, features scantily clad female Jedi wandering about an alien planet looking for help and clothing. Upon viewing that, Wired magazine criticized that one of the sticking points keeping the latest version of the Clone Wars from becoming the finest animated series on television is its females.
You can't hear it, but the earth is constantly humming, and some parts of the world sing louder than others. After discovering the mysterious low-frequency buzz in 1998, scientists figured out that the Earth's hum is caused not by earthquakes or atmospheric turbulence, but by ocean waves colliding with the seafloor. Now, researchers have pinpointed the source of the Earth's background noise. Most of the hum appears to originate from the Pacific coast of North America, with a small contribution from the west coast of Europe. Waves from the deep ocean don't seem to make much hum at all.
Dark-skinned smokers may be at greater risk for nicotine addiction than their paler counterparts. That's according to a new study. Researchers found that in African Americans, darker skin, specifically that acquired by sun exposure, not genetics, is directly linked to smoking frequency and dependence. Who knew?
Dr. Drew Pinsky, who is best known as the host of Celebrity Rehab and Loveline, a radio show, says stars are predisposed to narcissistic personality disorder long before they become famous. Their dysfunctional behavior is rewarded by Hollywood and portrayed as normal by the press.
The American Psychiatric Association is seriously considering expanding their list of recognized mental disorders. In their publication, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, they are considering updating the 5th edition, due to be released in 2012. The new list of brain disorders could possibly include shopaholism, excessive use of the internet, apathy, and prolonged bitterness.
Cocaine is a terrible, or at least a terribly effective drug, not just for humans, but for honeybees as well, whom it turns into exaggerating liars. When researchers applied a drop of cocaine to the backs of feeding bees, they returned to their hive and gave a waggle dance, the stepping pattern by which bees communicate food location. The dance displayed by the bees described the pollen as being far better than it was.
Some scientists think that in the future we'll be able to access the internet directly through our minds. But until then, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way and get our information through daily supplements.
NASA successfully launched its first new rocket since 1981, the Ares 1X. The $445 million project consisted of Ares firing its 2 rockets for 2 minutes, then separating and parachuting down into the Atlantic Ocean, where it was recovered by a NASA ship. Ares and Onion, a manned capsule which will perch on top, are part of Constellation, NASA's grand scheme to send astronauts back to the moon by 2020 and hopefully more distant destinations such as Mars. The team behind the rocket had been working on it for 3 years, and in that period, it evolved from a concept into reality. Facebook has already connected 300 million people and counting. Their current goal, however, is a little more ambitious. Facebook is taking strides to achieve world peace and has collaborated with Persuasive Technology Lab at Stanford University in order to create peace.facebook.com, a forum for bringing together some of the most bitterly divided areas of the planet, encouraging online friendships between Jews and Muslims, US liberals and conservatives, and Turks and Greeks. Every day, the site asks thousands of Facebook users if they think we will achieve world peace within 50 years. The answers, broken down by country, reveal fluctuating geographic levels of optimism. In Colombia, nearly 40% said yes. In the US, the figure was just 7.8%. Due to plummeting sales of the Wii, Nintendo's profits over the last 6 months have dropped by more than half. This is said to be due to the strong yen and a 20% cut in the price of the Wii last month. It sold 5.75 million of the consoles between April and September, far fewer than the 10 million it shifted in the game period last year. The video game giant has built on its profits every year over the last 5 years, and now that the Wii market appears to have reached saturation point, speculators say that their only savior is a completely new console.